Can you turn your light?
Yes. Something don't feel right. No music today?
Are we already live?
Can't remember the last time I saw you. Ooh, I've been missing your face. Come on over to my place. Won't you swing my way? Cause then in pictures won't do. In FaceTime won't do it. I really wanna see you. Need you next to me. Baby, please.
Hey y'all.
So much distance between us. Let's close this space up. Just come close to me. You know I wanna feel your heartbeat.
This is bomb.
You said what?
Sherelle said, "Ooh, this is bomb."
Hey, thank you. I wrote this.
Hey Molly. Hey Danielle. Thank you so much. We love you too. Hey Candy. Hey Candace. Hey Brittany.
Let's Uber, take a train. I don't care how you get there. Just be on your way. Cause pictures won't do it. And FaceTime won't do it. I really wanna see you. Just be on your way. Be on your way. You can reach me by airplane. Let's Uber, take a train. I don't care how you get there. Be on your way. Be on your way. Be on your way.
Y'all please remember to like and share the post as you come in and drop your name. Hey Rainisha. Thanks Candy. That's a song that Russell wrote called
On Your Way.
On Your Way by.
It's unreleased. It don't have an
It's
artist.
not released. Sorry guys.
Last time our live got taken down because we were playing.
We don't own the rights this time.
We do this time though. We own the rights to everything being played today. It's all us.
I tried to cover the bases. We don't own the rights. Thank you, Candace. Hey, Stacy.
Just let me know whenever you're ready.
I'm ready whenever you are, babe.
What we looking like on the
10.
10? Let's make like 13. Let me know when we get 13. If we not at by the end of this song, then.
Oh, you talking about on TikTok? Yeah, that was fun. We did like, how many of them ABC things that we do on TikTok?
It's like 4. It's like 4 of them.
Yeah, we did like 4 of them. We only posted one because we couldn't get the little funny noise sound to make to work.
Yeah, and we kept messing up the alphabet.
Yeah,
too.
we had to finally write it in front of us. It was my fault. Hey, Sierra. I know this one. All right, I don't know. We might sit at 10 for a minute. You still at
10?
Yes.
They ain't sharing out there.
Thank you, Danielle. It was fun to do. I like that little challenge, that trend. That's fun.
We'll get started.
Okay, we had 12.
We had 12? See, I knew I felt that in the spirit.
You said 13.
I knew we was on our way. That's how I felt it. Let me share it.
How y'all doing on this lovely Wednesday? We'll keep doing them if we find some good trends to hop on, because we're going to have to fill some time while we off. Keep our social media popping. Our TikTok blew up this week. Like from a post that we posted last week about the friend zone. That's a touchy subject for people. I don't think I realized that. People get real passionate about the friend zone.
You know, it's so deep.
It's like
really?
500 comments. Mainly from two people who were arguing for hours. It's crazy. But we ended up getting like 15,000 likes on that post. So that was cool. Okay, thank you.
I got gripes. I still think some people was in denial.
About what?
The friend zone. I think more people end up in that than they think.
It was all women who were saying that it don't exist.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They in denial. They in denial because they just call it something different. Guys call it the friend zone.
Yeah.
Girls be in whole relationships in their head with a dude that won't post them on social media, won't introduce them to their family.
But is that a friend?
It's called friends with benefits. It's
Yeah.
still a zone. It's still a zone.
I told somebody in the comments that the friends with benefits was different from the friend zone. So maybe I'm one of them girls.
I'm gonna edit this out and post. I'm gonna edit this out and post this on that same post because y'all just call it something different. Guys get put in the friend zone. Girls get put in the friends with benefits. Guys get put in friends with benefits too, but we don't mind that.
As long as you're benefiting.
They'll stay in there and be like, I'm good. Like, it's cool. But girls, y'all, like, you'll love that man. You want to be his woman.
We should have had this conversation on the pod.
We are. We're doing it right now. I'm posting this. Huh?
The audio people ain't going to get it.
Oh, yeah. I can do it again. Yeah, about that post.
It's going to be inauthentic. You got to come from a real place. Have you shared yet?
I've already done that. I'm good to go.
All right, let's go.
Ooh. Table off far back.
Yeah, this your new setup.
It is not new. What's going on, family? It is Thursday, which means it is another episode recap of the What They Never Told Us podcast. My name is Russell the Fourth.
And I'm Brandy.
And we back. Good to see you.
You skipped us up a day, babe.
I skipped us up.
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
No, when they hear this, the people on the audio,
See.
you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking ahead.
Forward thinking.
I'm forward thinking, you feel me?
I got you.
Just like when we record on Sunday, I say, it is Tuesday, so welcome back to another.
I got you.
Yeah, rock with me.
You.
Y'all know the deal. On our episode recaps, it's not just me and Brandy. We got the whole gang here, the community. If you haven't joined us yet, we would love for you to join us on Facebook and YouTube. But who we got with us here today?
Today we have Miss Sherelle, Molly, Danielle, Kenzie Clark Dupree, Candace, Brittany, Rainisha, Stacy, Sierra, Shayla. Hey, Shayla. I think I got everybody.
It's a couple people. My homie Dalton's in here. He ain't saying nothing, but what up, fam? What's going on?
I see Adrian.
Yeah, we in here.
I think some people might, well, if they don't say nothing, they might not want you to tell their business.
Don't get on here. Because I'm going to tell it. They watching.
Eric's here. Hey, Eric. He says, yo, Team Russ Riders.
Yo, it has
He
to
gonna ride
die.
that till the wheels fall off.
I don't even like the way you just phrased that sentence.
What? He gonna ride
Russ Riders. He gonna ride that to the wheels fall off. I don't even like everything that's happening right now. I'm just uncomfortable.
Everybody in the world
Let that
is so
let that hashtag die, Eric. Don't keep
sensitive.
doing that. But yes, we're back with another recap. Y'all know how we do it. Who has had a chance to listen to the last episode? Eric, don't even worry about it. We know you didn't, but it's all good. You here on the live, and it's all is well with the world.
Okay, we're going to call her Auntie Candy now. Did you get clearance for that, Sherelle? You telling us to call her Auntie Candy. You know, we was taught to respect. So don't have me out here calling her Auntie Candy. She be like, I can't listen to that. That little girl, she be calling me by my first name. So
And sometimes the auntie status be offensive. I work at a school. They be like, what up, Unc? Don't call me Unc.
I'm offended. I'm not an auntie.
What up, Unc? Who you calling Uncle? I'm big cousin at minimum.
Big bro, big sis. Like,
Big bro, big sis.
I'm not your auntie.
We gotta be honest. Me and Brandon was just talking about this. We officially uncle and auntie.
I'm not auntie.
Y'all, tell the truth. Hey, when you pass 36, ain't you 40? Tell the truth.
No.
After 36, ain't you just 40?
No.
We was watching this. I was watching this sermon clip, and the pastor was like, "Yo, all my 40 and up people, y'all got. If you ain't 40 and up, you don't know about this." She was like, "You don't got to be 40 and up to know about that." I said, "Babe, you 38. He talking about you too."
He gonna talk about you had to be 40 to know about the butterfly and the Tootsie Roll. First of all, I'm 38.
No,
and I
you
know
was way
that real good.
You was way too young to be listening to that. You should have been in that age range. You should have had a couple more years on you.
Talking about I need to be 40 to know what the Tootsie Roll is. Hold on, Juanica said the 40s is where it's at.
I'm steering into it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not fighting it off. I'm like, hey, look. I said, look, I'm steering into it. I'm the one telling you over 36.
This is the first time you've ever said. Every time you be like, you 38. I'm still 37.
I'm just saying you older than me. You're a little more seasoned.
Okay.
You're a little more seasoned.
Let's
That's
see
it.
what we're doing.
Nah, you're my elder and I respect you.
Oh, remember that.
What am I doing wrong?
Remember.
I learned from you. You are wise.
Yes, all of that.
Come
This is
on.
recorded. I want you to know. So every time I take something and you try to talk back, I'm going to just play this clip.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
That was good. That was good. Yeah, look, I'm here for it. Now, I'm not. I used to. At one point, I was shook of 40, but at this point in my life, I just feel like whatever I'm gonna do is not based on my age. You know what I'm saying? And I'm actually looking forward to getting some gray in the beard.
Oh Lord.
I just feel like it's gonna make my words more wise.
When you go to sleep, I'm going to diet.
I don't do that.
I'm take that little brush.
I'm gonna just feel like when I say stuff, it's gonna sound like more wise when I say it. Look, let me tell you something.
There's a bunch of Negroes on the internet saying stuff with gray hair, and
But
they
they
sound dumb.
But see, I'm already saying something. I'm just gonna have an aesthetic to go with it.
Okay.
You feel me?
Let me read some of these comments
What?
because Candace said, yeah, we auntie. You auntie. I ain't auntie yet. I'm still big sis.
You auntie for
I'm
real.
still big sis.
You still auntie.
Sierra says it's better than being called Big Mama. I'm only about to turn 32. That's including staff that's older than me too. Yeah, now Big Mama, they talking about your booty, Sierra. They ain't talking about your age.
Who's calling you Big Mama? I'd be offended.
Adrian says, no, you say I'm knocking on 40. I like that. I say that. I'm knocking on 40. I'm creeping up
How
there.
old are you? I'm knocking on 40.
I'm creeping on 40.
Creeping.
Stacy said, yes, that's the next milestone. Auntie Candy says, I'm repping the 50s. All right then.
Hey, shout out to you.
Candace said, I'm excited to get to 40. I actually am too. Like, I'm not dreading it, but I ain't there yet. Like, let me live my 2 years.
I'm not dreading the age. I'm dreading the effects, right? So like,
I already got all that.
So like, I'm at this age where I gotta fight to listen to the new music. Like right now, the playlist that's made up of all the songs that I used to like back in the day, that's what I really like to listen to. But I refuse to be that guy who, like when the older people used to try to name the rappers that we listen to and they just sounded all crazy. You Snoopy Doopy Doggy. What? Like, I don't want to be that guy. What's the masterpieces? Masterpieces?
No, nobody ever said that.
You don't know Reverend James L. Hines.
Oh Lord.
Because I can tell you how many times we in church he said, all the kids out here listening to all types of foolishness. Your Snoopy Doggy Dogs and your masterpieces. I said, this man called masterpiece one more time.
He tried. Eric says, we rounded up. We 40. Check needs been on. No, the check needs like definitely been on for me for a long time. Since I was in my 20s. So, I mean, my body is definitely past 40. For sure, I gotta rock to get up out the off the couch.
Yeah,
Take me a couple of little head starts. My knees crack at any moment. My
You're
back
only as
hurts.
young as you feel.
Well, I feel old.
Mentally, I'm
okay,
still very
mentally.
immature.
Yes.
Yeah,
I support
I'll
that.
get into a passionate argument with a 9-year-old, back and forth.
All day, every day.
I still watch cartoons. What else? Nah. Y'all gonna have to force me to grow up.
Sherelle says, I'm approaching 30 and I'm not excited. My 30s was
Who
lit.
said that?
Sherelle.
Sherelle, listen to me. This is what you don't know. And I remember having this feeling before too. But this is what you need to know. 30 is where it's at. It's like 20 is when you really aspire to do all these cool things, but you don't really got the, the budget or the know-how. But 30 is when you can do all the things you want to do. You traveling more in your 30s.
Yes.
Okay. Relationships got a little more tinge to it because you feel extra grown in your 30s. Like the 30s is lit.
You buy a house and,
Look
yeah.
here.
Listen,
Look here.
I really enjoyed my 30s. I got my whole life in my 30s.
That part. I remember my mom told me that too. She was like, "That 30s," or I'm like, "Okay, old lady." Like,
That's
you
what
chill
the old people say.
Nah, you supposed to say that. But now that I went through it, I say, you know what? In comparison, my 30s were far more lit than my 20s.
Maybe we going to say that when we 42 and 50. Who knows?
I'm for sure gonna say that in my 40s. But I gotta check with Auntie Candy about the
About the
50s. I don't know about that yet.
She living a good life. She don't here with us. She's still young and hit.
You know what I'm saying?
Sherelle gonna say, don't comfort me, y'all. I don't care. It says, well, since we talking about age, turning 29 next Friday. Ooh, happy early birthday, Khadijah. First of all, I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing, but I thought y'all was way older than what y'all are. Not because y'all look it, but
Nah, I remember Khadijah when she was a baby.
I guess I just be feeling like we just all friends and we all the same age. We are still friends, but
Nah, her being 29 is like making me feel real old.
Sherelle talking about getting with that, my girl.
Yo, Khadijah being 29 makes me feel ancient. So let me chill out.
No, because that's my brother. My brother will be 29 in February, and I'm like, the math ain't mathing on that. Like, how you 29 about to have a baby, married? It's too much. Sierra says, dang, Brandy, no, they not. Laughing my butt off. They're referring to me as they don't want me to correct them or they getting big mama vibes. I don't play them games. Okay. They still probably talking about your booty. You just don't know.
Who, the student?
Yeah.
I
I think she said staff included. So
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's both.
Hey, what's going on, Big Mama? Huh? What did you just say to me?
Shay says my daddy talk like that. Yeah, no, for real, he really do though. I take it back. I do know people who talk like that.
I'm cracking up.
Eric says you rocking off the couch. You definitely ain't he. I got bad knees. I used to be a cheerleader.
I'm rocking off the couch and I'm making noise. I'm going. I'm rocking. I'm getting momentum, and when I go up, I'm making noises.
You know it's bad when your body make noises when it's not supposed to. Like you just turn and it be like, was that your shoulder?
Nah, I ain't gonna say nothing about the sneeze.
What sneeze?
You remember when you threw your back out when you sneezed?
I did not throw my.
Nah, this girl said, "Oh, Lord."
I was having back pain that day. First of all,
Nah, that sneeze did something that
and
you
I
said.
sneezed, and it literally, I felt pain from the top of my spinal cord all the way to my pinky toe.
I'm telling you, that's when it get real. When you just do normal body functions and it hurt. like when you reach for something and it hurt.
I don't like that y'all convincing me that I might be an auntie. Sierra says, I have my moments, but I love it here in my 30s. The ownership of all of me in full blast. Love that. You want to read?
Yep. Candy says, I feel like 40 is going to be bomb. Listen, I have my kids young, so 40 will be lit. Thank you. Me and Brandon just talking about that the other day.
She's smart, though. Because her kids will be grown. Well, one's 18 and one's, 19?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
she ain't got nothing to worry about when she get 40.
It's going to be lit.
We still going to be dropping off and soccer practice and PTA and all that stuff.
You ain't got to rub it in. We get it, okay?
I'm just saying.
We're stuck. We're trapped in parenthood,
We
okay?
made a mistake.
Yo, Stacy says, I'm approaching 34. Shout out to you. Come on.
What was my best year? That was probably like 35.
I can't even talk about my best shit. Ashley
Hey,
here. What
Ash.
up?
Okay, so since Ash is on here, I gotta make a disclaimer because if y'all see my eyelashes, if one falls off during this cast, it's not Ashley's fault. She did not do these.
You said what?
These are strip lashes that I put on myself, and they're hanging on by a wish, a hope, a dream, and a prayer.
Why would you put that out there? Oh,
Because if it fall off, I want to make sure I made a statement.
Make it fall off.
No, we not doing like the wig.
Oh, the
lady.
girl with the wig that came off.
They nobody gonna care about my eyelash.
Take one for the team.
No. I got to do something a little bit more extreme to match up with that. The eyelash falling
let's just
off ain't
try
gonna be.
it.
No,
Let's
do you know it took me like 45 minutes to get these things on?
Oh, you just put them on?
Yes. See, first
Just
of all,
blink extra hard.
First of all, you should have noticed that I woke up. All my lashes that Ashley put on were off this morning.
When you woke up?
Yeah, when I woke up,
Yeah, I
I think
didn't
I took them
notice
off in
that.
the middle of the night because they on the side of the table.
Yeah. Hey, yo, this is a good segue right here. Ladies, y'all got to stop recklessly placing y'all lashes down in random places because that don't look like nothing that's supposed to be there. Like the fear of a centipede, like on the
It
bathroom
looks more
sink.
like a spider.
No, it's long. It looks like
The
them little
strips, yeah, but I usually get the pieces. That's the ones you usually
Oh,
find.
yeah, them too. Now that's what. Okay, thank you. The little pieces are scary, but I can do it. It's just like ooh, but the long joint, the whole joint. Oh my god, that make you freeze up. You can. I'm trying to wake up in the morning getting scared to death. Y'all gotta stop placing them lashes everywhere.
Auntie Candy says 30s was legit. That 30th birthday was bomb.
What?
She says, yes, I'm definitely kicking it with y'all. Sherelle says, it's giving Uncle Russ.
Hey, I'll fight you. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Okay. You gotta wait till I start giving gray for you to say Uncle Russ.
No, Khadijah doubled down. She said, Russell is a dinosaur, a fossil.
Okay, you know what? Okay, I don't know where all this Russell slander came from, but let me tell you what we're not going to do in this here broadcast. That, Juanica says, I'm telling you, turning 40 is lit. I had kids early too, but then I started over. 21, 18, and 9 years old. Oh,
See?
oh my God.
You love him, but you be every time you look at him like, what was I thinking? Like you could have
Yeah.
been jet setting the world by now, Juanica.
One day we need to have a real conversation about the joys of parenthood, but also the reality
That's the next
of taking a
episode.
break.
That's
like when they
the
go
next
to
episode.
like when they go to school.
100%.
Like when they go to school.
Y'all don't even know how I be up in here. You take a day off work and you got to be home with me when the kids is gone. I'm like, why are you here? This is my time. This is my
This
moment.
about the kids. Don't act like how are you all happy when I'm away from you.
Them 8 hours be bliss. I be
Look.
doing whatever I want to do.
When the kids is gone, that's the one thing. Look, I'm not speaking up for divorce. I'm not saying that because healthy marriages are lit. But when the kids go to the other parent, the co-parent, when the kids go to the co-parent,
But, Matt, save it. Next episode, that's what we talking about because I got some stuff to get off
when
my
the kids
chest.
go to the co-parent,
I got some stuff to get off my chest.
that right there.
Tommy, welcome. He says those knees though hurt.
Yeah.
Ashley says I haven't been 40 but for a couple of weeks, but hey, it's been good over here since it hit. Hey.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Sierra says I'm officially done with you both of them.
Russ talking about Tommy talking about some Russ about to be a soccer coach. No, sir. No, sir, not I. That's not my flow.
Sierra gonna say yes, Brandy, go viral. My eyelash falling off. I'm telling you, this one right here is hanging, but
I can't
it's
wait.
not gonna make us go viral.
I hope you don't notice it. So I hope you just kind of talking and do, and it's like on your shoulder. That'd be a good moment. for
Hey
it.
Jay. Jay says I'm here for it. I find them eyelash tracks everywhere.
Yo,
Say it louder,
it's,
Russ.
It's downright abusive.
Stacey says better than what was left in the airport road store parking lot.
Hmm?
The airport road store parking lot.
Maybe she found her eyelashes in there.
What we leave in the airport road store parking lot?
Maybe it was her lashes. Jay said I found one in my pocket at work one time. Yo, that's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. I have found them in the craziest places.
That's wild.
I'm like, how did they get here? They be all in our covers and the bed sheets. I don't even notice they missing. The one on the end fall off. I can go another at least 3-4 days before I really notice it.
Look here.
But these ain't them. I'm gonna try to come tomorrow, Ash. I meant to book the appointment.
Lord. Jay, no. Juanica said you miss them when they leave though.
Who?
You know what? You a good mom. That's good. That's good.
It's got to be at least 4 days before I start missing them.
my threshold's high because dads be getting the short end of the stick. Like we don't even get to build up the threshold. See, moms, they get the kids most of the time off rip, right? Primary parent off rip, right? So their endurance is high. So I've had to build up endurance. But by the end, at one point, I parented every day. During my marriage, I parented every day. Somehow I forgot how to do that. 4 days, and I'm like, oh my God. How did I do
When
this?
do y'all go? How?
When do y'all go?
Jason, I found one in the kids' room the other day too. Go ahead.
Shout out Stacy, 300 stars. Thank you. 310 stars.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Shayla says, I'm like Candace, mama about to live. My kid's grown. Yeah, whatever. Okay. That glue, Jay says, that glue be Army strong because I'm trying to figure out how they made it through the washer. Definitely have found them in fully washed and dried clothes for sure. Tommy says, still waiting on my son to leave for college. Not looking forward to that. Well, it's mixed, right?
Yeah.
Because I do have bittersweet feelings about my son who is 18, getting ready to go to college. But on the, like Russell said, on the days where he going to college,
yeah,
and then 2, 3, 4, and 5 is also going with their other parents. Party over here ain't nothing over there.
Oh my God. That's going to be dope. Juanica says, I was a mess when my oldest daughter left for college 4 years later, and I still miss her being around. Oh, my God. You know what? This is actually a good segue. This is good that we're talking about parenthood and the kids, because if you checked out the episode, the episode, we talked about mom and daddy issues, okay? So I want to just kick this off with a moment of transparency. Let's be transparent here, okay? Before we start talking about what we kind of grew up in, what we observed growing up, and kind of how it affects us, I want to know. Let's have transparent moments, and let me talk to the parents right now, okay? And I'll start it off so y'all don't think I'm trying to put y'all out there. What do you think your kids are picking up from you? The negative stuff. The negative stuff. This is gonna be a hard question, but it's a good one. Sorry, because if we can answer this, if the chat get jumping over this question, then I know we're going to have a lit pod. I'll start with myself, okay? I notice my son is like me in the sense that he don't know how to stop pushing arguments, right? Like, for those of y'all that know me, clearly I have a podcast. We have a podcast. So I'm a talker, right? And I'm good at talking. So in my mind, I be thinking, if you just let me talk more, this will all be good. Like, let me just let me just keep going. Yeah, I feel you. Pause what you're saying, because I got some good stuff. Check this out. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And God was just so gracious that he let me give birth to a mirror to me, right? Because now I see him do the same thing. Like, when we talk about stuff, at only 12 years of being on this earth, he'll argue with me about stuff that he doesn't even have the experience to know. Like, how are you arguing about this?
And then here's you. I just hate it when he does that. I'm like, oh, really?
But it shows me me. It shows me me. And I also have like I'll get to it, spirit.
And who
I'm sorry like that. I'm not stressed about much about anything. Like, if the Disney need to get done, they will eventually. I'll get to it. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. And it's my kids, both of them, but mostly my daughter. I'll be like, I come to her room, like, yo, Lily, what's up with all this? Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. The other day, I had to take my son to basketball practice. Here she come around the house. I want to come. I said, yo, Lily, you had lots of homework. She was like, oh, I'm gonna do it. I said, when I get back, go back in the house, do your homework. Like, but I know where that comes from. That's me.
Yeah.
And I know that, of course, there's some things that come through genetic, but some stuff is just like picked up from, this is what I observed you doing. Like, I've seen the dishes pile up in the sink.
Yes.
So when they get older, I'm gonna know like, I know that they're gonna see that, and they're not gonna be fazed by that because they grew up with seeing that in the sink.
My kids will definitely. I think Michael already has my like snappy attitude and my smart mouth. He got that bad. Braylon, I don't know. I haven't seen I haven't seen it come out.
Oh.
What? Will you tell me, enlighten me? Nia has my attitude frontwards and backwards. But I don't know. Braylon doesn't have my attitude, so what does he have?
He has
negative.
He has your inability to admit when he's wrong. He'll stick to it. He could be dead
That's
wrong.
true.
He could be dead wrong. He's just gonna be
Okay. All right.
Well,
that's true. That's true.
he gonna stand firm. It is what it is. Here we are.
That's very true. And I would say emotional intelligence, but I think that he's very emotional, but it comes out like we both won't say what's wrong with us. He'll just act out and storm off and go in his room. Me, I'll just get quiet. But we both don't have that ability to just say, hey, look, this is what's wrong with me. This is how you made me feel. This is what happened. And this is how I'm feeling right now. Neither one of us can do that.
I feel you. Very astute. All right, hopefully y'all signing off in the chat. I want to hear from you. For those of you guys who are parents,
They are.
I want to know what it is.
Juanica started it off. She said, I was a mess she said being too independent. Candace says, I was tore up when my first daughter left, but honey, she done been back so many times that I can't believe I acted like that.
Now you like, oh, I just missed the days, child. Stacy says my attitude, my anger, and back talking. Yeah.
We got to talk. I feel like this episode is going in a whole new direction, but I really want to save this for the next episode because I got a lot to say about this too.
It's cool. We can wait.
But I feel like.
But now here's what I want to connect you. Here's what I want to connect your dots to.
Before you do, Sierra just chimed in. She says my inability to tolerate BS people. He doesn't allow for people to be near him, and if they are mean or just not right in the head.
Now here's what I want to know. For those of you guys who answered, or maybe you didn't answer, but you have something in your head. Here's what I want to know. Are some of the things that you see being passed down to your kid are also some of the things that you saw present in your parents?
Yes.
Same. Same, right? And I'm curious to you guys because this is where we get fired up and we start talking about generational curses and all this stuff. And when you say that, it almost sounds like there's a hex, a spiritual hex that's been put on your family, and like it's demonic, and it's just I know sometimes when people say general curses, they don't think that, but sometimes when you say the word curse, it takes away from the reality of, no, it's not that. It's just a pattern.
It's a habit.
It's a habit that sometimes goes back to great-great-grandma. Great-great-grandma couldn't nobody tell her nothing. And that's just the environment that we keep reproducing as we get older. My parents waited till the last minute to do the dishes. That's why, like, when them things pile up, I just be like, it's cool. Like, some people, they see that, and it's like, oh, I can't stand to have no dirty sink. Yes, and I made it. So imagine her frustration with me. But if your mom could not stand a dirty sink, 9 times out of 10, you can't stand it either, because that's not what your sink looked like growing up. Right? And the episode, right, we were talking about how some of the things that we observed growing up actively play a part in our dynamic now, right?
Yeah.
So
a bunch of people in the chat, everybody who's chimed in and said a bad habit, they all say yes. That yes, they see that from their parents. Sherelle is doubling down on the fact that the Lord does not trust her with the man of God yet, so she doesn't have any kids. Ashley says definitely talking back, and then she did 4 slapping face emojis. I'm thinking that's one for each kid.
Oh Lord.
Sierra says yikes. Wow. Unconsciously, yes. My mama never played them games, and my daddy is a saint. LOL.
And my daddy is a saint. Daddy girls, you could spot them a mile away.
Candace says hers is trying to prove my points. Shay says, OMG, I've been wanting to punch my daughter, but then I realized she acted like me, but worse. Actually, I think your daughter acts more like me. I really do believe that. But my daughter and my mom, their attitudes are more alike than mine. Like, I think I have a little bit more kindness in me than them. They are
grandma sprinkled in a little influence.
Yes, they are both alike. Like their faces will tell what they're thinking at all times. My daughter is at that age where she don't really have the I shouldn't say that. So whatever she's thinking, she's going to say that.
That little
And
5-year-old
Paula
be-
Michelle is the same way.
She be coming at me. I'd be like,
She come for everybody.
I'd be like, yo, who you talking to?
She come for everybody. She'll have no fear in her heart, and that's just like my mom.
Oh my God. And her mom too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
Stacy says that's my grandma. Learned a lot from Granny. I did. I got all my sweet stuff from my granny. I didn't get none of my bad habits from my granny. All the beautiful parts of me come from my grandmother.
Candace says same with my mom and my daughter.
Yeah.
So here's our challenge, right? And this is why one of these episodes are kind of like sneaky impactful, right? Because when you don't notice that, when some of the things about us are sometimes difficult to deal with, but they're not so difficult that they impact us to that degree, because we still have relationships. We still have our children who love us unconditionally. And ultimately, you're still able to, unless it's like something that's more severe, for the most part, you can have a little bad attitude. You can have a little issue with how you communicate and still do well in business, do well in your job. You can still do those things. But ultimately, sometimes we don't always see how these things impact us, right? And when you can recognize there's something about you that is less than optimal, right? Like I talk about all the time. My college experience was so eye-opening, and I know why God sent me there, because he put me in front of people who was like from the east side of Detroit, who was just like, bro, like, why you like this? I said, what you mean? You can't never be wrong? I never forget. We was watching the 5 Heartbeats in my homie's dorm room. It was a bunch of us. It was like 7 people in this little dorm room watching this movie, quoting every line. And we got an argument about whether or not the actor who played Eddie Kane was actually singing, whether it was a voice actor or was it him?
Leon.
No, not Leon.
That's not Leon. Yeah, I'm thinking of 5 Heartbeats.
Like this, I wish. Yeah, Eddie Kane.
Yeah. Okay, we got it.
Yep. So I couldn't let it go. The part of that movie had been going in me, and this girl was going back and forth about whether or not it was actually him singing. And I'm like, how you going to tell me? Blah, 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 blah. And at some point, whoever had her moment was like, click. He was like, yo, fam, I don't know if you noticed this, but you're like ruining this whole experience. Like, we was having a good time. We can't even hear the movie because y'all going back and forth. And I was like, yo, it ain't just me. He's like, yeah, but it's more you. You know what I mean? And at the time, in the moment, I was so embarrassed. But it showed me, right? And I know there's a reason why God hardwired me that way and made me that way. Like, I should like to talk because it's a big part of like what my purpose is in life. But I can't like to talk so much that it impedes me from being a quality human being or being successful in relationships with the people that I love. And that's where this becomes important, because if you don't know what it is about you that needs some tweaking, we're just going to keep passing it down the lineage of our family. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I 100% agree. And I think it takes failure in relationships sometimes to show you like who you really are. So for me, I still am super headstrong, very bossy. Like, it has to go my way. And if it doesn't, I'm going to have an attitude. And I lost friends. I lost relationships. People in my family was like, yo, I can't deal with her. Like, she always got to be in control, blah, 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 blah. And then when I looked around and it was like, I don't got nobody around me. And it was like, yeah, it's you. It's you.
Wow.
You had to do a little, God had to give me a little gut punch and be like, yep, it's you. You got to fix that. So I'm still very much like that, but I know now when to shut up. I know how to, I don't do that.
You threw me the alley if I couldn't help it. Sometimes you know when it's time, but you still be like, nah, I'm going to say it.
I would like 1 or 2 more words, but I know that I'm pushing it, right?
For sure.
Before I didn't know I was pushing it like you. I'm just going to go.
Yeah,
like,
I'm going to go.
It's my way or the highway. But I realized that like that's not how you build strong relationships and friendships. And
absolutely.
I treated my child like that, and now my child acts just like that.
Oh.
Like, just shut up.
Created a monster. Sierra says correction, not saint. Extreme conservative, old school Christian. Laugh aloud. Not a daddy's girl. Okay, I see. My grandpa taught me to be a little more kind. Facts. Okay.
I see. Well, you skipped a bunch of comments. Candy says, "I don't have any kids, but Sherelle Nicole, no, her auntie twin, smart mouth attitude, and then some." Candy says, "Trying to prove my point." Candace also says, "Slick mouth." Did you say the grandma learned a lot from my granny?
Yep.
Okay.
Did you read this one about Shayla? Oh my God, I be want to punch my daughter.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And Candace says, "My grandma taught me to be a little bit more kind."
Candace said, "I don't know what you or Brandy talking about. I love my Nia. Oh yeah, Nia. Yeah, you just not.
Come get her.
Yeah, no. You just need a little more time. That's it. That's
her.
it. You just need to get more than a little snapshot. You need to get fully entrenched."
She's
extremely sweet.
She's extremely sweet, but she's extremely smart.
She's a sour patch. She's sour, then she's sweet.
Nah, I think she's sweet, then she's sour.
I don't know the order. I just know. I'd be like, sometimes like, okay, all right. That's how you feel?
She got a little bite to her.
A little bite to her.
She talking about Shayla's daughter.
Oh.
You guys spend a little bit more time with her too. Just have a lengthy conversation with her. You'd be like, "Girl, shut up."
Goodness.
Matter of fact, tell her I didn't forget about dinner.
That's what's up. All right, so here's what we talked about in the episode, and I'm curious to get you guys' feedback. There was a point where we landed on the subject of sons who grow up in environments absent of father figures, right? And we kind of noticed this trend where sometimes unintentionally the son ends up playing an emotional support role for the mom, right? And oftentimes it's embraced by mom. No knock to anybody if you want to chat and you participate in this, but we're just giving examples of what it looks like. You ever seen the photo shoots where it's the mom and the son, they both got a crown, and she'll be like, "This is my little king," and I saw like it'll be like, "This is my protector, this is my friend." Like so many roles and relationships that require more weight than a son should have or a child should have, right? And people who love you are always going to be concerned for your emotional well-being to an extent. But what you find more often than not is kids who grow up in this environment feel more responsibility for that role. Like, go ahead.
Yeah, I can't I can only speak from the point of being in a relationship with those guys. So I have several instances of past relationships of men who did not grow up in a home where their father was present, and witnessing the dynamics that are present between them and their mother. And I think what you said on the episode is very true, because in almost all of them, I felt like I was in competition with the mom. And at first I'm like, it's a me thing, right? Because that's his mom. I'm not going to be able to ever replace her. I don't want to replace her. Like, there's stuff that I'm going to do for you that your mom should not be doing for you. And there's stuff that, your mom does for you that I'm just not going to do.
Yeah.
So I really felt like, okay, Brandy, you got to get yourself in check. And then I started to realize, like, nah, this unhealthy.
Oh, for sure.
Like, it's a little bit more than just, this my mom and I got to take care of her. Like, this is like drop anything, cuss you out, don't say nothing bad about my mama. I'm like, I didn't even say nothing bad about her. I just said, like, why you need to go over there right now at 2:00 in the morning? Like, what's the problem? But like, it was almost to the point where like, and I get it, I was just a girlfriend at the time, but like, if you say that I'm your priority and your mom is a full grown woman functioning, she don't need no help doing nothing, she only wants you over there, and it seemed like to pull you away from what we was doing. Like, I had one instance where we were going to go on vacation, and his mom was like, "Oh no, I need you to take me to X, Y, and Z, so you can't go." And we didn't go. And I was like, wait a minute. We going on vacation.
Like, you my girlfriend. That's my mama.
You need to take your mama where?
She got to go to the corner store. She got a doctor's appointment.
Oh, she got to go up to Detroit. She wanted to get, this is back in the day, she wanted to get some zillions. She's like, I need to take her to Detroit so she can get some zillions.
You're canceling a vacation
so
to get some.
So we not, I still ain't been to Miami.
Canceling it.
So we not going to Miami because your mama needs some zillions.
Canceling your.
She don't drive on the highway. Well, she can't reschedule.
Canceling a vacation for a hair appointment is wild.
It was just like unnatural stuff. And somebody on on YouTube when we posted the clip of what you said that it's called emotional incest.
Absolutely.
I had never heard of that term before.
Absolutely. Or what was the other term I've heard? I've heard of Oedipus complex, where, because really it's a lover who's supposed to be a protector of your emotions. Now, granted, like I said, any relationship is going to care for them to an extent, but when there's nobody who is fulfilling that role for you, naturally a son coming up when you grow up in a hetero normative environment, right? Like the opposite gender to you paints your idea of what that other role is supposed to look like, right? So my mom is in my brain of what a woman is supposed to be, what she's supposed to act like, how she's supposed to emotionally care for me, and vice versa. The dad as well, right? So, but when there's nobody there fulfilling that role of a man in her life, naturally, as somebody I love, like I'm just fulfilling that role. Mom, you okay? Mom, how you doing? It's okay, mama. Like, and as parents, we all have those moments where we get emotional, but when the son feels the need to consistently care for that, when we did our locker room episode, the homie Ryan, he was talking about that. He was like, I got a savior complex because throughout my life, it was my job to save my mom. You know what I mean? From that particular situation. So that being a role that he consistently had to play. Now, if I can't be that in a relationship, I don't even know how to function in it.
Wow.
I don't feel like I got to play the relationship if I can't save you. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of men who feel that. There's a lot of men who live in that. And that's why there's this whole debate of what a man's supposed to be. And you don't know how to let a man be a man. Well, what is a man supposed to be in your definition? Oh, I'm supposed to be I got to do this. I got to do that. Who told you that?
That's the role he's been playing since he was 10.
And what's really crazy is you got a bunch of women who grew up in households where dad wasn't even there. So in her mind, how's it your role to take care of me when I've been taking care of myself my whole life? And I see my mama take care of herself her whole life.
Yeah, that's the one I could speak to.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's the one I could speak to. And I think I used the perfect word when I look back on our episode when I just said, like, I couldn't receive your voice. Like, having a man finally be a part of my household, and this is completely my part of the demise of my first marriage, because he was there, but like I didn't allow him to be there. Like, for me, my household was going to run the same whether you were there as a man or whether you weren't. And to me, I believe that I really emasculated him in that way, like in the ways that he probably felt he should step up and be the man of the household. I just wouldn't allow that because I had never seen that. Yeah. Like, I never had a man in the house. And the closest thing that I did have was my grandfather. But, you know that's your grandpa. You know that's not your daddy. And for my grandfather, there were certain lines that he just didn't cross. He didn't really yell at me. He never gave me a whooping. Like, he hardly ever disciplined me. Like, I was his baby girl, and that's what I wanted my man to be. Adore me, compliment me, spoil me, but don't try to correct me. Don't try to tell me what we about to do. No, that's my job to decide that. Even in my grandparents' household, my grandmother was the one who did everything. Yeah. My grandpa sat either on the porch or in the living room in a chair in front of the TV. He got up to get his beer, and he went out with his friend Orange Driver. Other than that, he didn't really do too much.
His friend who?
Orange Driver. That's his name.
What are you saying?
We're not about to go
No,
there.
I literally don't even know what you're saying.
Orange Driver.
Literally like the two separate words, Orange Driver.
Yes, that was
I thought you were saying like African name Orange Driver. Or like Orange Driver. Like
No.
it's Orange Driver. Yeah. Was that his?
If you grew up in the south side of Jackson, you know who Orange Driver is.
I can't get off this. You're going to stay here just for a second so I can move on.
Nobody else cares about
name?
Orange Driver but you. No, his name is James, I think.
Do you know how I got it?
Baby, we'll talk about it later.
Shout out Orange Driver.
That's just Danielle said that's my uncle.
Shut up.
I forgot that is your uncle. I was gonna say we can ask Renee, that's her uncle, but I forgot they cousins.
Danielle, I'm calling. I need the full details of how he got that nickname. I need all of it.
Candace said his name Orange Driver.
I'm dead.
But yeah, like, so in my mind, when I got married, if I ever got married, that's how it was supposed to look. Like, I do everything. You chill. You don't really have no say in what go on here. And in my first marriage, again, it ended up breaking down, but I wasn't confronted with a difference until I got with you. And I was like, oh, I can't be that.
So what was the shift? What was the switch? Because initially there were some aspects of this that we kind of had to wrestle with, right? Like even like affection. Like I remember I would come home, and in my mind, first thing I want to do is, hey, babe, how was you know what I mean? And you like, whoa, why is you coming up trying to touch me? We ain't about to have sex. I just want to hug. I just want to hug.
I'm trying to do something.
It's like, what you trying to do? I'm trying to hug you. I'm doing the dishes. Can you take a break? I just got back. 8-hour shift. What's up? You know what I'm saying? So what was the shift? Or like, how did you shift? Is it just like...
I mean, I think you showed me a different side. And seeing how much you wanted to help and contribute and how you wanted to take the lead in our family and step up and really be the man of this household, I had to realize that in order for you to do that, I got to fall back.
Yeah.
And it was through conversations, but it was also through your actions. Like if we're sitting on the couch or something and the kids are like, hey, mom, you're like, whoa, let your mom take a break. Like, tell me what you need. Stuff like that. If it was, hey, babe, like, I think we need to do X, Y, and Z for the house. It was just you stepping up and playing a role that I had never seen. And then me being like, oh, I kind of like this. I ain't got to do anything.
So what made you comfortable doing that? Like when you
who said I was comfortable? I'm comfortable now, but in the beginning, it was not comfortable.
Eventually, right? Like, so you said you saw I had a desire to take a lead in the family, yes. Right? That's a scary thing, especially when, and not tell your business, but I mean, you've been failed so much. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
That's a big fail.
It just feels different coming from somebody else.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I came in.
Failed so much.
I came in a little hot. My bad. But what I'm saying is like, in your regard, you had every reason in the world to be like, nah, I'm good. Like, just sit back. I got this, right? What maybe comfortable isn't the word, but ultimately you had to see something that said, okay, I trust him to do this.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pattern of behaviors, and God showed me that I could trust you.
And I wanted to land here because I see so many people, men specifically, yelling about what a woman's supposed to be. A woman's supposed to be submissive. A man's supposed to be the lead. And number one, that's a godly principle. Mm-hmm. And she's not really submitting to a man. She's submitting to God. And he's submitting to God. Mm-hmm. The man isn't God. Mm-hmm. But when you trust that I'm following God, then it's easier. It's easier, right? Like, you saw us when we first got together. I wasn't who I am now, right? But we were praying together. Mm-hmm. You saw me on my face. We was crying in the living room, just like how does this happen? And like, we supposed to be making out. We sitting here crying and like worshiping, right? So those moments, those things are, and there's no shortcut to that. Like, I don't care how much of a man's man you think you are, right? You still are a flawed human being. And the moment you fail, you're reinforcing a principle that I can't submit to man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I specifically remember, I asked God, like, plainly show me that I can trust him. And hindsight is always 20/20. But I was when I was in a previous relationship, he was talking about the great relationship that he had with his dad, right? And it made me emotional because I wanted that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's so sad. He's like, oh, I forgot you didn't have that, and then continues to go on to brag about his wonderful relationship with his dad, like completely bypasses the fact that I'm having an emotional breakdown and just continues, oh yeah, my dad was my dad. And I was like, but I remember when the first time we had that conversation, we talked about that, and it led to a moment of worship. Yeah. It led to full on crying, tearing, all of that. And as this is not my first time looking back on that moment, but when I looked back on that moment, I was like, okay, I see what you did there, God. He showed me that I could trust you. And then the wall started to come down. And little by little, I started to let go. Yeah. And now I feel like we have a good balance where I know that no matter what, you got my back. And I hope that you know that I got yours.
100%. We've been talking for a while.
We have. Go ahead, read some comments. You don't even know where to start, do you?
Emotional incest. That's a perfect explanation. Crazy. And it really is. It really is.
That's from Candace.
Yep, that's from Candace. Shay, my ex-mother-in-law was like that. Whew. Candace says, this is a deep conversation and I can't type all of my thoughts.
Well, next time we got a way to patch y'all in now. We got a way to bring y'all up on the screen. So
yeah, our little software got a little upgrade. So now we can patch people in and go live with people. So you'll be seeing more of that in the future. Sherelle says, this sounds like my ex with all the members of his family. Zero boundaries, and he was everyone's confidant. I'm not competing with a man's mom. Sister, friends, absolutely not. Doses. I feel you on that part. Heavy on that part.
So then we started talking about Orange Driver.
No, that's what that part was at.
She said, yeah, ask Renee. I don't really know how he got that name. I remember a little bit about it, but I'm not about to bore the pie with that. Or just ask him. He probably got a good story behind it. I know. He does. It got something to do with the screwdriver, the drink. That used to be his favorite drink. Ashley says, oh my gosh, I love being a wife. My husband was a great leader, a great head. I don't like having to do all this by myself. He made it easy for me. And that's such a blessing. I know, not to get, too personal, but I know you missed that. And I can tell you now, having it on the other side, like, I don't know how I ever did it without some type of partnership. So that if it's not for a lifetime, even for a small time, that is such a beautiful blessing from God to have. It's just, as a woman, to have a man that you can trust fully, wholeheartedly, to always act in your best interest. Like, even when you don't want to hear what he got to say, you know that what he's saying is the best. That is beyond anything that I could have ever asked God for.
Absolutely 100%. All right, y'all. I feel like we're wrapping up. Are we wrapping up early? Is this too early?
We can do questions.
Yeah, if you got a question, throw it in the chat. The hour's drawing nigh. There was a couple topics that we had left over from Ask R&B if we just wanted to kind of do some more engaging stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you.
I don't know if it's absolutely necessary. The video portion of this is an hour. The audio portion is a little short, but
that's why just a recap. You know what I'm saying?
That's why y'all need to come on in and join us on Facebook or YouTube.
Yeah, that part.
But yeah, no, I don't have to stay on any longer. Plus, my eyelashes leaning real heavy in.
I feel like corner. The pod needs it. You need
it don't need it.
Let it go.
And I think I glued it real good, like in here. So it's just probably gonna hang. It's just flipping every time I blink. It's like tickling my.
I really want.
It's not gonna happen. It was probably even too small to even see if it fell.
You need to take one for the team. We need to go viral off this.
No, you take one for the team. Why don't you pee or poop on yourself or something?
That's a little more aggressive.
I'm saying that you want to go viral.
You want me to do I can do the little, what's the little ball waves they be put on the little.
Wait, Ashley, you can see it. She said they leaning. Ashley, I try my best.
So Lord, they leaning.
Sherelle says I got one homework anyways. We can def wrap up early. Yes, girl, that's important. Get your homework. You going for what? Your bachelor's, your master's? What you doing? What you got homework in? Tell us your business. I support going back to school. No, she said he already pooped on himself once. See, easy for him.
She said once.
Squeeze one out.
You gotta read the whole comment. People on the audio gonna think I pooped on myself.
She said, no, I can't see it. I'm just repeating what you said. Okay, tell me from a professional, from this angle, do they look good?
Because I can't see that.
I really tried. I spent 45 minutes trying to put 2 eyelashes on, y'all. It was very tragic.
You done good, bro.
MBA and HR management. I finished today. Congratulations. Give her some hand glasses and airports and stuff.
We did it, Joe.
I am a huge proponent for education. I have associates, bachelors, and masters. So get that coin, sis. And you in California gonna be making some money, girl.
That part. Absolutely. Congratulations.
Everybody's clapping, and she said they
100%.
look good from this far, but I can't see too far. Okay, that's cool. Listen, all I need to do is look good on camera.
You got the illusion.
You
good.
come over here, they hanging on by a thread.
It look good. I can tell.
My mom said, I told you they look good. I need mine done on Friday. Now, I'm not at the point where I can do anybody else's. I'm going to glue your eyelids shut.
Go up close. Go get up
I
close.
won't be doing that.
Hit him with the. Going close to the. That's what Ash said. She said, "You rocking." It says from here, but come close and I tell you. Yeah, you need to get on the lens. Like, what y'all think? Yeah.
I won't be doing that. Listen, we just going for the optical illusion. What he say on Clueless? Something about up close is not a total Betty or something like that. I can't remember the quote. Anyways,
I'm not the one for Clueless quotes. Yeah, now you look good, back. You look good. I'm up close. You good? You solid.
You didn't even know I had new ones. I don't know.
That's how you know they look good. You fooled me. You fooled me. I thought them was the one.
I've been bald-eyed all morning. Come on, go ahead.
What you want me to say? You look good. You good.
One more
One more what?
compliment.
Your eyelashes look good.
Thank you, baby.
You have mascara on?
I put a little bit on the corner where my eyelash wasn't connected. I tried to fill it in. Not mascara, but eyeliner. I don't got no mascara, but it wasn't connected in this one piece, so I tried to fill it in with a little eyeliner.
Ooh,
Anyway.
now I can
Shut up.
You good? You good? We gotta go. That blink, that nigga said,
I was to go upstairs and snatch it right off. Just
gotta go. All right,
y'all.
y'all. As always, we will be back next Tuesday. Full transparency, since y'all the fam, we're trying to figure out how to wrap season 3. It's so much going on. I know we've been talking up this live audience for the season finale, but trying to figure out what's going on. We got one graduating amongst so many things that are happening. We're both working on individual projects. I'm back in the studio.
Black Excellence is coming up,
It's a
and
lot
we will
coming
be hosting the pre and post show again. So if you have not got your tickets, please do. But just another thing on the list. And we're starting another couples mentoring. So it's looking real scarce for the live show right now, y'all.
Yeah, maybe we'll just do like a really dope guest spot interview, something to wrap it up real nice. But we'll
Or why
figure
don't
something.
everybody just come to Black Excellence, and we use that gala part to just turn up for our after party?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Absolutely.
We
not.
already gonna be dressed.
Absolutely.
Already
not.
gonna have our makeup done.
You're not finna just hijack someone else's event and act like you did it big. You not gonna do
They
that.
got a DJ, a dance floor. They gonna have desserts. I mean, I'm just saying, we hosting it anyway.
Yeah, nah, I'm not with that. But we're working on it. But sad to say, season 3 is coming to an end. We are nearing that. We don't have an exact.
Probably by the end of the
Episode.
month, it will be done.
Yeah. So prepare yourselves. Figure out something else to do on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But we be back soon. It ain't gonna be that much of a break this time. But we love y'all.
Yes.
And
Always remember, we love love.
y'all should love too.
All right. Peace.